Both these two things were trending beside each other on the Twitter sphere. Steve Bannon and femboy Hooters. Steve Bannon and femboy Hooters. Is this the early warning signs of the apocalypse? I don't know. First they came for Mr. Potato Head, and I said nothing. Well, actually, before Mr. Potato Head, they came for Gillette. They came for Gillette, and I said nothing. And then they came for Keurig. They came for Keurig coffee machines, and I said nothing. And then they came for the NFL, and still I said nothing, because the whole thing was ridiculous. But there is no end to the cancel culture of the right. The right wing is obsessed with cancel culture. It's terrible. And now, apparently, they're going to be coming for Nike. Now, I don't know if this is going to have to be blurred out later, but I'm going to put it on anyway. Lil Nas X released a music video called Montero. Lil Nas X, of course, openly gay, proud of it, something that is a rarity in the hip-hop community, something that should be celebrated, something that's incredible. And with all the beauty and majesty that has kind of become known to high-budget production music videos these days, this one is no exception. What is the exception, though, and what's getting a lot of people upset, is that the sexuality of this music video involves Satan. So we're going to see some things today, all right? We're going to see some things. I unfortunately cannot play the music video music because I'll get dim-cud way too quickly, but we can look at the imagery and see what it's trying to tell us. We see a variety of different things going on, right? There's obviously the Garden of Eden, a lot of spiritual metaphors. There's going to be the snake, the serpent. We understand what's happening here. And again, it's a very glossy, high production value music video. Frankly, it's one that's deeply upsetting the right wingosphere. Now, it may be the gay kiss you just saw with the serpent. Could be, okay, things are spicing up. They're getting a little spicier. I understand. It's been a while since I read the Bible, so not entirely sure what to take of all this, but there's some things going on. Some things going on so far. This is making me want to be a Christian. I hadn't before, but now something about this is it's making me want to read the Bible. Is this in the Bible? Is any of this in the Bible? Huh. It looks so weird with no music. Yeah, it does, eh? It just looks like a whole bunch of imagery. All right, let's stop teasing each other. Let's just get right to it, okay? Let's get right to it. Let's get to the scene. This is it, everybody. And hey, if you've already seen too much and you're under 18, shame on you. Turn off your computer. Look away. Okay, I want you to turn off your computer, look away, and go read the Bible. Frankly, in fact, all of you should go read the Bible instead of what's about to occur here. This is satanic, to say the least. All right, we're opening the gates, entering the kingdom. Gabriel, the fallen angel, there he is. Oh my, it's happening, people. It's happening. It's satanic in nature. Oh my. Oh my. We have seen that this is it. Everybody, we're experiencing it. Not gonna lie, it's pretty goddamn hot. It's definitely titillating. Temptation. Oh, and then he kills Satan, takes the horns, becomes Satan himself, ascends the throne. My word. Okay, now the question remains, do we cancel Satan? I know we've been thinking about it for a while. The Dark Lord, the Master of Lies, Beelzebub, he who shall not be named, has the time come to cancel Satan effectively, you know? I know some people are saying Satan is poggies. Satan is a twink femboy. Interesting. You know what I saw, and this is not related to this whatsoever, but yesterday I had to take notice. Both these two things were trending beside each other on the Twitter sphere. Steve Bannon and femboy Hooters. Steve Bannon and femboy Hooters. Is this the early warning signs of the apocalypse? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to interpret everything I see before me these days. It's just, we live in a different age, you know. In my time, it was a simpler world. Okay, I'm old now, and you kids, you goddamn kids, it's confusing. All right, it's confusing. I'm getting mixed messages. Steve Bannon hashtag femboy Hooters. Anyways, the Lil Nas controversy is, of course, igniting the internet, and we have Candace Owens coming in with a subtle nuance. We've turned George Floyd, a criminal drug addict, into an icon. We are promoting Satan, Satan's shoes to wear on our feet. We've got Cardi B named Woman of the Year for talking about lubricated vaginas. And I'm convinced that it's white supremacy that's keeping Black America behind. How stupid can we be? But then Lil Nas X jumped in and said, don't care and you're a flop. Call me by your name, outsold. Now, for whiteys like me, terms like you're a flop and outsold, I guess kind of, you know, just whiz past us because you know, we're like, wait, what does this mean? You know, you did something right when she talks about it. I agree. I fully agree with this statement. But cancel culture, again, the culture war, the right-wing media is obsessed right now to find things to be outraged about. Dr. Seuss! Didn't even mention Dr. Seuss. They're coming for Dr. Seuss. That's right, Matt Gaetz is all up in arms about Dr. Seuss and WAP and Cardi B and Gillette and all this kind of stuff. And we're going to hell in a handbasket and all these kind of things. But then I saw this. And trust me, this is all related. I know you're wondering how is this all going to be related, but it is, and it's actually going to bring up a very important point that is a salient point that I think white people especially need to learn in this whole debate.
Recently, I called out a tweet by far-right commentator Candace Owens in a fairly inflammatory way. I apologize without reservation. I cannot know personally the pain which images of the clanhood can inspire, and its use in this context is an example of the way white privilege can mask intentions and cause offense. My use of that image was racially insensitive and intolerable. In my mind, that the mask was offensive was the whole point, as I'd hoped to draw attention to her offensively racist argument. I often try to speak out against racism, and in this instance had decried an argument which made Black men appear inherently violent.
Okay, I had no idea what the fuck Liam was talking about. I'm signed up for the Liam O'Mara newsletter, because again, I've had Liam O'Mara on the show before. So the Liam O'Mara newsletter arrives, and it's like, I am canceling and closing my entire election run for Congress. And I was like, wait, what? Liam, what happened? Wait, what did you do? And then I saw... Liam went hard. he went real hard. I was like, oh, Liam. Oh no. Well, okay. All right. Fair enough. And I understand it. I'm going to explain here. First off, this is obviously going to be weaponized. By the right-wing apparatus, because that's what they do. For all the talk and all the posturing about idpol, for all they're talking about idpol, they love it. Oh, they love it. They love sweet idpol. Oh my, yes. Oh, and this was a gift. You see. As soon as Candace Owens saw this, she probably was just like scrolling through, ignore, and then check mark, running for Congress, Democrat. Oh, what a gift. Oh my, yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, sweet, thank you so much. And right away weaponized it. Called the cops, by the way. Called the police on Liam O'Mara. Yeah. It just ramped up instantaneously. Candace Owens has filed a police report against a Democratic Party member after he sent a picture of a Ku Klux Klan hood on Twitter. The incident started when Owens tweeted about the rising violence against Asian Americans and how the blame rested on Black Americans. Owens on Tuesday tweeted, the number one violent offenders against Black people are other Black people. The number one violent offenders against Asian Americans are also Black people. Both Black Lives Matter and Asian Lives Matter are campaigns dedicated to stomping out white supremacists because clown world. Yeah. Candace Owens doing what Candace Owens does, always talking about those right-wing talking points. But here's the thing, whether it's Liam O'Mara or other people have done this in the past, throw in the accusations. And I've seen people tweet out like, you're an Uncle Tom, you're Ruffus, things like that, or Uncle Ruckus, sorry, those kind of terms. They're not really things that white people should be calling Black people, because the implication there is that you're a race traitor. Black people calling other Black people out for that's a fine thing. That's a fine thing. But for white people to do it, that's where it enters the yikesy the yikesy territory. And Liam O'Mara went real hard, real hard in that regard. You know, like obviously as far as you can go in that regard. That's where the controversy started coming out. Owens claimed that she had filed a police complaint. She wrote on Twitter, just got to the phone with Riverside County Sheriff's Department. Guess who's filing a police report against you, you little Klansman act you keep defending. I'm done with you racist Democrats thinking you can do or say whatever you want. Like, and again, clutching the pearls, the crocodile tears doth flow all over the place, right? She added, might not be a crime on Twitter, but guess what? It's a crime in the real world. Twitter safety, be ashamed of yourself for allowing this to fly. Cancel culture. Just went full in on the cancel culture, you know? Hardcore cancel culture. That's what happened here. And effectively, she canceled him. She canceled Liam O'Mara. Liam O'Mara was like, I have to pull myself out of the race. I'm canceling my entire political career, actually. Liam O'Mara went as far as not only dropping out of the race, but is now permanently gone, you know? Permanently off the face of the earth. He's not even going to be a public figure anymore. She also said, the police can explain to you why you don't send Klansmen hoods to black people. I just completed the police report locally, which will be transferred to Riverside County. I did this on behalf of black conservatives everywhere who are sick and tired of unchecked racist immigrants. Wow. I cannot believe the amount of cancel culture that occurred on this. Who is Liam O'Mara? Liam O'Mara lost California's 42nd district to be Republican candidate Ken Calvert, while Calvert secured 10,000, blah, blah, blah. O'Mara since deleted his Twitter. He deleted his Twitter account? Wow. This despite the fact that Twitter, as per Owen's own account, did not find the tweet in violations of its community guidelines. Even Twitter didn't agree. Even Twitter. Even Twitter was like, yeah. But just so everyone is clear, okay? Just so everyone is clear on this. Yes, Candace Owens is an absolutely awful person. Just a horrible conservative in and out. And also a monstrous hypocrite. A huge hypocrite. Because this is cancel culture. You did the thing that you espoused to care about. You pulled pure id pull on this one. Like absolute pure id pull on this one. And then two, tried to do the cancel culture effectively. And even Twitter was like, no. And then Liam O'Mara did a self-cancel. He self-canceled. Effectively, Liam O'Mara is no longer running for Congress, no longer has a Twitter account, no longer has a political career. All of it gone. All of it just toast. Absolutely gone. I don't agree with Liam O'Mara doing this, dropping this. Like, you know, it's he went extremely hard, and it's you know, more than anything, what you're doing here is that you are giving Candace Owens ammunition. Like this is exactly what Candace Owens is waiting for in terms of like pushing the boundaries of acceptability until this happens, and all of a sudden it's like, well, yeah, apparently it's okay to threaten black people with Klans hoods now if you're white, which is what the whole thing got twisted into, right? The whole thing got twisted into. Now the whole thing is about, well, the Democrats are racist. Clearly, this is what we've seen, and now we have this situation in which it's okay. It's completely fine for this to do. The whole thing is a shitty situation. Liam O'Mara is an absolute darling. He's a wonderful person. I had him on the show to talk to him. If you didn't get this, by the way, like this is not Liam O'Mara threatening Candace Owens with the Ku Klux Klan robe. That's completely like this. That's what Candace Owens has effectively, you know, twisted this entire thing into, and turned this thing into complete identity politics from the ground on up. And one of the things that Liam O'Mara would talk about, and he was very clear on this consistently, is that the messaging on the part, I think maybe that's why he went so hard on himself and just completely nuked everything, is that he was constantly about messaging and how we let right-wingers dominate so many talking points when clearly, like things like abortion, the abortion debate, for example. Liam O'Mara was very clear about this. If you have a conversation with someone and you allow them to use the terms pro-life and pro-choice, you are ceding to them the argument about autonomy, where this is what the argument should be about. If you're debating someone on abortion, it should be about bodily autonomy. And it should be about effectively that you, as a conservative, want government overreach to the point where you effectively legislate women's bodies and trans men's bodies. Like that's effectively what the argument should be about. And if you can like crafted it as that way, all of a sudden they will no longer have the ability to say, well, you're anti-life, you're anti-child, you're pro-child murder, which is effectively what they try to do. And this is what they've done. This is what Candace Owens has done in this case, right? Has twisted his commentary on Candace Owens into, well, this is just yet another racist Democrat, and that's it, and given her all the ammunition she needs to go forward with this, which is really sad to see. Like I'm sad to see this. I'm sad to see that Liam O'Mara has effectively said that he's leaving politics forever. He was a very good communicator. He was also very good in cutting through so much of the bullshit. You know, it's unfortunate, and yeah, the whole thing, like from start to finish, is a very, very sad situation. Cancel culture won. That's my takeaway from this whole thing. Cancel culture won. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Can you do the thing, you know, that thumbs up and comment and all those things that help us out in the algorithm that controls every aspect of our lives? Also, if you happen to have a Facebook account, can you delete it? Like just delete it. You should probably delete your Facebook account because it's not a great company. But hey, if you can't do that for whatever reason, I understand. And could you also go to facebook.com/thesurftimes then and give us a little like and a follow. We're just trying to push back against the fact that people like Ben Shapiro happen to dominate the platform entirely. And when everyone asks why do older generations believe the things they believe, one of the problems is the majority of them on social media use Facebook. So to counter that, we're just going to be on there too now. Also, if you happen to have a union or a worker co-op or even a leftist project, podcast, website, Zoom, MySpace, it doesn't matter. We will advertise it for free on this channel. All you got to do is go to weareserfs.com and use the forms that we got there, weareserfs.com. Thanks, everybody.
To our glorious gods, Xander Corvus and I'm Rav, may you shower us with glory and smite our enemies. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we serve at your leisure, your grace. To our lords, Tofox, Bisexual Black Gamer, Jimothy K. Meeble Beeps Jr., Ryan Lubin, Trevor R., Jeffrey Lamb, Alexander Thaler, and Hans Josephine, we shall carry your banner high into the fields of battle. To our Knights of the Round Table, Timothy Hart, Trevor Janis, Lemmy 101, Anthropophagic, Saren 42, Chronic de Hemphog, Kale Kotka, The Great Pudini, Phone Jenny, Catherine, Radical Maniac, Ramon Acosta, Incosin, J. Fraser Cartwright, Thomas Barrington, Jimmy Bignuts, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Political Puppy, Andreas Chitoro, Goofalankius, Zach Christensen, Nicholas Marks, Yopi, Josh Mickelson, Melissa Murphy, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Constance Joyce Lacheris. We lift our glasses of ale and we salute you.